everybody. It's ASIC Eric from the Second Chance Garage. Got the car rolled back outside for the first time after getting the primer on it. Looks good, happy with it. I did a little bit of work on the runs on it, following Cdel's advice with the razor blade. Came off real nice, as you can see. That's kind of just an experiment. I don't really need to do that right now, but just wanted to verify that they do come off nice. They did. This epoxy seems to be holding up really nice and sticky. Happy with it. Thanks everybody for your comments on the last video about the question of the filler here. To be clear for everyone, if it wasn't clear from my video, I don't want to do body work right now. I was just curious about the 7-day working window on the epoxy, if that was really like the best time to put that skim coat on or not. And from everybody's comments, it basically doesn't matter. I can do that anytime, so I'm not going to touch the paint right now, the epoxy. I'm just going to leave it alone and move on to metalwork. So the task for now, I think I'm going to start with the floor pans here. The floor pan on the passenger side here, so he's pretty crusty up in here. I don't think it's rusted through anywhere up in here, but it looks pretty ugly. This is okay through here. This section here is pretty bad. We got holes going through in multiple places here. Back here, this is pretty abused and destroyed back here. So I'm going to replace the whole floor pan from the back all the way to the front. For Camaros, second gen Camaros at least, your standard floor pan will come from here, which does not include that back piece right there, up to the front. If you look at Mark over at the Second Gen Garage, that's his floor pans were like that. You can order the full length ones, which I did, so I have the full length pans. These pieces are not available as far as I could find anywhere. So you could get the front pan here and then the second piece, but I couldn't find the second piece anywhere, so I ended up just getting entire pans. These have parts of them that are still good, but then for the sake of simplicity, I'm probably just going to cut the whole thing out and do it all in one big piece. I'm going to try and do this a little bit differently than I've seen other people do it. A lot of people cut this pan all the way across here. In my car, at least, this section looks good right here, and I want to try and preserve this piece if I can, because shaky cam, hold on. If you look under the car here, this is the part we were just looking at. There's two cross members that go across here. One goes all the way across the car, and the other, as you can see, stops right there where the seat belt brackets are. And so if you cut all of this out, then these brackets are just floating in space here. So I'm going to start the cut low and try and keep these brackets in place so that they're secured in place. I'm going to try that, see how it works. If the metal's funky there, I'll just keep cutting it up. If you go any higher than that, then you've got to take these seatbelt brackets off and reattach them and all that stuff. So I'm going to try to avoid that. We'll see how it goes. First order of business, though, as you can see, it's pretty ugly under here, so I'm going to power wash the bottom of the car here first. So that's my first task of the day. And then I'm just going to start cutting pieces of the floor pans out. I'm probably not going to get to doing any putting of the new pans in today, but just start out with cleaning here. So I'm going to get to work on that. Now, this is where the rotisserie truly earns its keep. Get this car all tilted up like this. I don't have to be crawling around on the ground to clean it. Very nice, very nice. Off we go. Well, as usual, everything takes longer than I expected. So spent the day working on the bottom part of the car. I wasn't going for perfection here in terms of getting this thing totally clean, because I'm not getting ready to detail the bottom yet. Just wanted to get the major crud off in the points where the floor pans are going to be cut. So for instance, on the cross members here. Cleaned this up pretty well. It's not perfect again. And then just went back a little bit here. Didn't clean all of this crud off because this section is going to get cut out. All of this stuff's going to get cut out, so there's not really any point cleaning it when you're going to cut it out. So, it took a long time. Stuff's a mess. But, as you can see, the bottom of this car is really clean. There's frame rails. Frame rails look great. This car is really solid, you know, except for the rust on the sheet metal on the body. The underside of this thing, this is all factory paint here, looks really good. So I'm pretty happy with the way the bottom of the car looks. The floor pans come up to about here somewhere, I guess. Not entirely sure. And there's a weld right here, so I'll probably end up cutting it off right here. As you can see as well, these floor pans were banged up, so I've got to push all of this stuff back into place. You can see it better on that one. So I probably put a floor jack there or something that they weren't supposed to do. So that's about it. It's enough work for one day. I think I'm ready to start cutting these panels out next time. So my plan, I believe, for those of you who have done this before, you can tell me if this is a good plan. I'm going to cut these sections out here, up along where the welds are, and then once this is cut out here, then you can go through and bust out all the spot welds along in here and along up there. See this part here? It's a lot easier to work on it when those pieces are taken out. That will leave the cross members in place. Here on the front, I don't have any problems with the toe kicks up here, so I'll probably take these spot welds out right here and take the pan off up to right there and put the new one in lined up like that, I think. So that's what I'm going to do. So once all that's cut out, then I'll start dropping the pan in and fitting it and all that. So if that sounds like a sound plan, let me know. Or rather, if it doesn't sound like a sound plan, let me know. So I don't make a mistake before I start cutting. Because once you start cutting, then it's kind of too late. Anyway, hope you guys are all having a great weekend. Hope you all got some work done on your cars. That's it for me. I will talk to you guys later.